Saturday, 8:08. It's Xplorenollywood live on Inspiration FM 92.3. That's it. That is your family radio station, Xplorenollywood. I talk films, Nigerian films. I talk news, reviews, interviews, and all that can be found in the Nigerian film industry. So today, let me not waste your time. Today, I have a team from the Sahara Group, Sahara Energy, and they are going to be talking about their initiative, which of course focuses on film, focuses on some bits of Nollywood empowering women. I'm all for empowering women. And they're also going to be talking about the world we inhabit and our concerns for her sustainable well-being using camera as the medium. So while we're going to be talking about this initiative, I need you guys to pay attention. At the end of it, there's a good thing that's going to come out of it. We need to appreciate the earth more. At the same time, we also need to empower women. So this is going to be open for everybody. In fact, I haven't told you to introduce yourselves. I'm sorry. Please. The young men are in the studio. I have Aki to my immediate. What's this? This is my left hand, isn't it? Okay. Aki to my immediate left, and then Shay also to my left. But I need them to like plug in, give me your full names, tell everybody why we're here. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Effie.
Okay, hi, Aki.
Thank you so much for having me.
Fantastic.
So, my name is Aki Kumi Akinola.
Okay.
But you can call me AK, all my friends do.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
I work at corporate communications, Sahara Group.
Okay, awesome, yeah.
Hi, Effie. Thanks for having us.
Oh,
yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's Shay here. Shay Jurumbe, manager
Okay.
Sahara Foundation, Sahara Group.
Okay, so this has to do a lot with you actually. So this
yes.
empowerment, everything the group has been doing as it relates to women empowerment and film. So yes, like I said, I have AK in the studio as well as Shay. You can call us on 0700-923-923-923 or send a WhatsApp message to 081-731-36193 if you want to ask them any questions that has to do with the initiative, which you'll be learning about in a couple of minutes. So they have a wonderful initiative they're going to talk about and how you can get involved, and there's something to be won at the end of that. And then there's also the film initiative and empowering women initiative that Sahara has been up to, in fact, for the better part of 2017 into and going on. So let me just kick this off. So Sahara has been involved recently in film. So I noticed that you guys had sent a couple of young producers to the London Film Academy, and then you had hosted Zurel Oduwole. Did I get that right?
Yes,
The name is
yes,
Zurel.
Yes.
So on a project aimed at empowering girls. Is it just girls, women, everybody, all encompassing? Yeah?
Yes, so this program in particular, yes, for young girls.
Okay, so tell us what necessitated this initiative and why film? Yeah.
Okay, well, Sahara's corporate social responsibility initiatives are very, very much underpinned by what we have termed extrapreneurship.
Okay.
Now, extrapreneurship involves partnering budding youthful entrepreneurs with the right facilitators, the right mentors, and the right agents to help them realize their ambitions. Now, we don't stop there. This is where the extra comes in. The extra is because once you realize your ambitions, there are certain multiplier gains which we hope that you will share. Okay. So it's a question of paying it forward. So in as much as you realize your dreams and you have these advantages, it is important that what you do can affect 100 other people.
Yeah.
And then 100 people can influence 100 more, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So that's what we call the multiplier gain.
Okay.
So in terms of filmmaking, in terms of Zuriel, who's just this extraordinary young girl, I'm sure you've heard of her. She's
I think she's 16.
Yes, she's 15.
15 now.
She's she's a young girl education advocate, but she's also a filmmaker, a skilled filmmaker in her own right. And Zuriel was in Lagos at the end of January, towards the end of January, and she mentored 90 girls across 3 countries in West Africa. She was in Lagos. She mentioned she mentored 30 girls, and then in Accra, 30 girls, another 30 girls in Abidjan, and she will speak to that at greater length. But what she did was really inspiring, because she taught these girls new skill sets.
Yeah.
And she gave them options beyond the traditional professions that they might have considered.
Yeah.
Doctor, lawyer, nurse, engineer.
Yeah.
And I think one of the most striking moments was when we had the Ashrami Speaks, which was the culmination of the entire initiative. We had this panel discussion, which was when we had Ramsey Noah,
Yeah.
Richard Dominic, and all
Yeah,
these
I saw that as
legends
well. Yeah.
in the industry lend their talents and
Yeah.
their time to the effort.
Okay.
And there was a girl that came out and spoke to us and said her father was really rather cynical about the idea of filmmaking. He
Yeah.
did not think it was something worth pursuing.
Sure.
But she said that, you know, she was so determined to make something of it. She was so determined to use it to enhance, you know, her community.
Yeah.
And I think we were also impressed. I think everybody stood up and applauded her. Because look at this young girl with the courage of her convictions who
Yeah.
actually wants to, you know, make a dent
Yeah.
for girls and, you know, inspire those that are coming after her.
Okay, so I do hear you, AK, and I like the direction that you have gone, but knowing the industry and what it's for, I know you might not be able to speak to it, but empowerment is good. I've been talking about empowerment over the last couple of weeks, actually, and speaking to these people, trying to put a positive spin on certain things, in the country, or trying to showcase certain things in the country is a good thing. My fear is, do they go in with the knowledge that, you know what, it's not every work that will make you the kind of money that people make. Do you understand? Maybe you can't even speak to that actually, but you can definitely tell me, what role do you think Nollywood can play in the area of climate action?
Okay, as far as climate action, I want to point out is goal number 13 of the UN SDGs.
Okay.
And it's one of the goals that we're pursuing. It's part of our 2030 mandate.
What's an SDG?
SDGs,
Let's not
the
assume that
sustainable-
everybody,
I imagine.
not everybody knows.
I've been speaking the jargon for so
Yeah,
long. I assume
I'm just
everybody
saying.
knows.
I'm just saying.
United Nations
Obina, stop it.
Sustainable Development Goals.
Yeah, good. Yes, so go on.
So basically, I think that what Nollywood can do as far as storytelling is concerned is basically what they've been doing for the last 25 or so years since they've been prominent, is basically act as custodians of our narrative.
Yeah.
Because whether we know it or not, Nollywood is the greatest custodian of the Nigerian narrative.
Okay.
Because the things they put out there have the power to influence and shape how people think about us more than just about any other industry can, more than just about any other medium.
Okay.
They have such a power. And that platform is what they can use to look at stories that are outside of the usual remit of the industry, which is basically bringing stories about climate action, or as I like to call it, climate inaction, to the fore. Because you see, climate change is something that is so pertinent to the African conversation, and we're not having enough of it. The fact of the matter is, Africa stands to lose the most from the ravages of climate change. You see, first of all, we have very limited adaptive capacity. Second of all, there's such widespread poverty that when things like drought and flooding and famine occur, it is going to set us back. You know, it's going to impede the remarkable progress we've made. And, you know, it just, it puts us in a position where instead of developing and growing what we have, we're trying to salvage what very little we've been left with. So this is about being proactive. It's about taking preventive measures, and we need those stories to come to the fore.
So I'm looking at AK square in the eyes, and I'm like, you do know that half of our movies rarely talk about these things, except if you're talking about documentaries. So I'm looking him square in the eyes, like, I will watch a foreign movie that is dedicated to some sort of change. We have those movies, those destructive movies where there's a flood, where there's heat, where meteorites are coming in. Those movies are basically the Americans' way of telling you that if you don't take care, this will happen. But we know in Nollywood that nobody will focus on death on the street. Nobody. So they have them in pockets of documentaries, as against having them in like a mainstream cinema driven kind of movie. But it's a fantastic initiative. It's good to hear it, and the fact that an organization such as Sahara Group is putting that back towards that is fantastic. I just wish that our filmmakers will take this up and say, you know what, let's be the what's it called?
the
Agents of
custodians,
change.
yeah, and the agents
that
of change.
I'm
But that's
supposed
why
to
we're on
be.
your show, and that's why
Yeah.
we know the kind of audience you cultivate.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that
Oh,
those people,
I'm touched.
yes,
Yay.
I'm hoping that those people, the screenwriters, the directors, even the
Yeah.
actors and actresses, can listen to this, because you see,
Yeah.
these stories don't need to be told on a grand scale. We're not
Yeah,
asking
true.
them to make a deep impact.
Yeah,
You know
well.
what I mean? That movie, for instance, or 2012.
That sounds like shade.
No. It's about the stories. It's about the sincerity of the stories.
Yeah.
It's about how they tell those stories.
Yeah.
And it's about how they use those movies as vehicles to reach out to
reach.
people
Okay.
and get them to think differently.
Okay, so I have AK, Sheyi, both of them from Sahara Group. They're both in the studios with me. If you want to speak to any of them or understand what they're talking about right now, you can call us on 0700-923-923-923 or send a WhatsApp message to 081-731-36193. So I think you mentioned a bit of this, but just tell us about your work in filmmaking and with filmmakers in the past.
So I think the first experience we had was in 2016, where we
Yeah.
partnered with one notable African filmmaker.
Yeah.
It's actually Nigerian.
Kunle Afolayan?
Yes, Kunle Afolayan,
Okay.
yes. So for us at Sahara Foundation, the entrepreneurship framework, in simple terms, is just creating and sustaining wealth.
So I mentioned that during my show when you guys started
Yes.
calling for entries and everything.
Exactly, yes.
But how was that process? How many people?
It was
actually-
amazing. In 2 weeks, we received about 450 entries.
Yeah.
It's just to tell you how hungry and passionate young people
New
are in
people
Nigeria.
are, yeah.
So we had young people sending their short docufilms
Yeah.
on what being a business owner or what being an entrepreneur in Nigeria means to them. So people
yeah.
sent in their entries. But I love young people. So with the entrepreneurship framework, what it does is it creates a platform that connects young people, social innovators, with those that are willing to support.
Okay.
So ideally, this set of 450 young people might not have had the opportunity to meet with a Kunle Afolayan, for instance.
Yeah.
But with the platform, they had it. So we identified the top 20.
Yeah.
About two of them, two of the entries were outside of Nigeria,
Oh, okay.
from Kenya. And,
Oh,
and
it
from
was
Uganda.
open to.
Open
Oh,
to,
I thought
yes.
it was just Nigerians.
No,
Oh, okay.
it wasn't. Yes.
That's good.
So we had young people put in their entries, and we had them have a 6-month internship program with Kunle Afolayan. So
Oh,
they
wow.
learned, yes, they understood the tricks of the trade, how to make their own movies.
Okay.
So these guys have become better off for themselves.
Okay.
There's have a lot of them who have groomed other young people within their networks.
Yeah.
And that's the multiplier effect that we're speaking
We're
about.
still speaking
Yes, how we
about.
can leverage the networks that we have.
Awesome. Awesome. So is anybody like? Are we expecting anything soon from the two of them, from the people that had the internship? Can you let that out? You look like you want to hold it to your chest or
So
something.
there's a lot going on. There's a lot
Okay,
going on. Yes,
okay.
I think you just be on the lookout for
Ah,
these young
okay,
guys.
okay.
Yes.
You hear it first by
Yeah, should be on the
the
lookout for
voice.
that, yes.
They would definitely tell me about it, and I would definitely be talking about it. So, what inspired? Oh, we have a caller. Oh, we lost that one. Please do call us on 0700-923-923-923 or send a WhatsApp message to 081-731-36193.